From the PEP Radio newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene announced Tuesday that she won't run for governor in Georgia in 2026, putting an end to her flirtation with the race in a long social media post saying she is turned off by a political good old boy system and alleging that it was endangering Republican control of the state. Greene chose earlier not to run for Senate under pressure from Republicans who feared she would hand a second term to Democratic incumbent Jon Ossoff. But she told reporters she might instead run for governor during a June appearance at the Georgia Republican Party convention in Dalton, where she wore a Make Georgia Great Again hat. When was it ever? And discussed state issues. Greene said she would focus on the Northwest Georgia congressional seat that she has held since 2020, but left open the door for a future run. One day, I might just, without the blessing from the good old boys club or the out-of-state consulting leeches, or even without the blessing of my favorite president, Greene wrote, one day I might just run purely out of the blessing of the wonderful people of Georgia, my family and friends, but it won't be in 2026. All we can say is, bless her heart. In other news, the Senate is set to vote as soon as Tuesday evening to confirm former Trump lawyer Emil Bove for a lifetime appointment as a federal appeals court judge for the Third U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which includes Pennsylvania. Despite vocal Democratic opposition and a new whistleblower complaint against him, the whistleblower provided Congress with an audio recording of Bove that runs contrary to some of his testimony at his confirmation hearing last month, according to two people familiar with the recording. The audio is from a private video conference call at the Department of Justice in February, in which Bove, a top official at the department, discussed his handling of the dismissed corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, according to transcribed quotes from the audio reviewed by the Associated Press. The people spoke on the condition of anonymity because the whistleblower has not made the recording public. The whistleblower's claims were first reported by the Washington Post. The new evidence comes as Democrats try to delay Bove's confirmation and convince more Republicans to vote against him. A different whistleblower, a fire department lawyer, said earlier this month that Bove had suggested the Trump administration may need to ignore judicial commands, a claim that Bove denies. None of that evidence has so far been enough to sway Senate Republicans. All but two of them voted last week to move forward on his nomination, as Senate Republicans defer to Trump on virtually all his picks. The party of lapdogs does their master's bidding. And finally, the police chief in a Maine resort town has called for an investigation into the arrest by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement of one of its officers, whom the chief said was federally approved to work in the country in May. ICE arrested Old Orchard Beach Police Department Reserve Officer John Luke Evans of Jamaica on July 25th. The agency said Evans was illegally present in the U.S. and unlawfully attempted to purchase a firearm. ICE said in a Monday statement that Evans had legally entered the U.S. in September 2023 and violated the terms of his admission by overstaying his visa. But Old Orchard Beach Police Chief Elise Chard said in her own Monday statement that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security had verified that Evans was authorized to work in the U.S. in May of this year. The Old Orchard Beach Police Department, and ICE officials did not respond to requests for a status update about Evans's case. It was unclear on Tuesday if he had access to an attorney. And that's the news for this hour. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Download the Live 365 app to take PEP Radio with you wherever you go. Time now for the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.